Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ciarra, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so I'm back again with another pick a card, and this is going to be Creatures of the Night. These are going to be all messages from sort of the dark side, the shadowy side, the dark, night side of life and things, as well as potentially from your shadow self. That might be popping up in some of the piles as well, but I felt like doing like a fun kind of spooky-ish reading here with very night-themed cards and imagery, vampires, dark creatures of the night kind of idea. So that's what we're going for here. I also did a little bit of a different camera angle here, so I hope you guys enjoy this. And of course, we have a total of 8 piles here. So all the timestamps and information is going to be down in the description. Also, please do feel free to check out my Patreon, because there will be exclusive readings happening over on my Patreon, as well as other exclusive content, and that really does help to support the channel and its continued growth. And I thank you guys so much for checking out any of the various links down below, as far as Instagram, the Patreon, Amazon wish list, and of course information about personal readings down there. So without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce you here to the 8 piles that we have. So for pile 1, we have the sardonyx stone. For pile 2, we have the purple gold stone here. For pile 3, we have the smoky quartz. For pile 4, we have rhodonite. For pile 5, we have the garnet. For pile 6, we have the mystical merlinite stone here. For pile 7, we have mahogany obsidian. And then for pile 8, of course, we have just straight up black obsidian here as well. And you can see a little bit of that sheen in there. That's so cool. But again, just to recap, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, pile 5, pile 6, pile 7, and pile 8. So definitely do take as much time as you need to meditate on the piles, use the pendulum, connect to your guides, your higher self, ask a specific question if you want to help focus your intention, all of that good stuff. And again, these are still general readings, so it's not a personal reading, so not every card, not every message is going to resonate for you personally. And of course, if you're attracted to more than one of these stones, then your personal message might be spread across more than one pile. So definitely do take it as it resonates, apply it to your personal situation however you will, and we're gonna go ahead and jump into these messages. So see you guys there. Right, for those of you who picked pile 1 here with the sardonyx stone, we're gonna go ahead and dive into your reading here. Starting off, of course, we're gonna lay out the tarot that we have, as well as the other oracle cards that I pulled. So we have the 9 of Skulls, which is like the 9 of Pentacles, and this is representing Venus in Virgo. So some of you might have your Venus in Virgo. If you do, definitely read up more about that, because this situation, whatever messages we get up here, might be relevant to whatever's happening in your Venus. We also have the Hangman here, which of course represents Neptune. We also have the Knight of Swords is present as well. We also have the 6 of Wands. And let's see here. I definitely feel like there's a message here of you guys. You need to reach out and become more independent. Then there might be a person here who you get in a lot of conflict with. I feel like somebody who challenges you, or maybe this is again something within yourself that is challenging you to really step up and rise forward in your game, in your own personal success. I'm getting the sense here as well. I feel like you guys can achieve a lot more than you realize, but there might be something that you're kind of hesitant on, maybe that you're questioning, maybe that you are second guessing in some aspect, in some way. feel like there is somebody who maybe, if it's not yourself, well, it needs to be for yourself as well. You have to fight for yourself and what it is that you want. But I also feel like there might be somebody else around you who might fight for you, somebody who can give you wise counsel and guidance, especially when you feel like things are confusing. I definitely feel like a change in perspective is important, and to realize that you do have the success and the bounty, that you can really claim that, and that you can succeed in whatever it is that you are going after in that way. You know, surrendering, sacrificing maybe the ego, or again, maybe certain emotions. There's some need for release, maybe maturing, you know, gaining that new perspective so that you can rise up again and be very, very successful and very comfortable in, I feel like, your own skin in some ways. So kind of moving along here. Let me go ahead and move that back over there. Let's see. We also have here the manta ray as your animal coming forward here. We also have the right eye with wisdom. Yeah. We also have envious gluttony. We also have the queen of the moon with sovereignty. We also have prosperity lies ahead with the new moon in Taurus. So a lot of you are concerned about something to do with prosperity, maybe something that you're growing, that you are wanting to manifest. We also have the pink lotus fairy with a time for spirit. We also have the two little witches with magical space clearing time. So definitely with those two coming up. Yeah, I'm getting the sense of you guys need to get more centered, more grounded, reevaluate some things. And again, literally detox and clear out your space. We also have primal here, connecting deep within, sacred dance, instinct. You're not following your instinct. Or maybe it's a question of what is your instinct, learning the difference between your instinct and maybe your ego, especially with the envious gluttony here, because some of you might have literally maybe an addiction to something in some way. We also have the skull of flowers with creating through the ashes. So this is like the phoenix rising from the ashes. So yeah, I definitely feel like there's some things here that you guys are maybe holding on to, or you're holding on to a pattern or a thing that you just are not breaking, even though you really need to, because again, it's something that is stopping the income, the receiving of the prosperity that it is that you're waiting for. Again, we have that Taurus new moon. So obviously pay attention to the new moon cycles. Again, this could have a lot to do with maybe your career. Maybe some of you are, maybe you're suffering from like a lack mindset, I feel like here, where it's like you feel like you're starving in some aspect. But the more that you kind of give into that starving and again, that hunger, the more it will end up controlling you and leading you down a dark path, I feel like. So again, it's about getting centering and clearing out your chakras and finding that peace within yourself, that calmness. Let's see, what else? Yeah, for some of you also, this could be about doubting your self-worth, or again, it could be about a financial issue, especially with the Taurus new moon here as well. You know, it's telling you that, you know, if there are things that you want, that you're craving, you can have them, but you have to believe in yourself in order to gain them. So again, I feel like some of you are really dealing with that lack mindset, and that's why, you know, creating a sacred space for yourself, as well as, you know, clearing out your literal space is going to help to really rejuvenate yourself, revive yourself, and bring back the life within you. Yeah, you have to get clear about what it is that you value most here. And again, taking proper care of yourself with your body and making sure that you're creating, that could be a part of like the sacred space. Because again, that Taurus new moon talks about literally, you know, making sure that you have a savings account, that you're saving, that you're conserving, you're not overspending. I feel like is another important aspect here with the queen of the moon with sovereignty. again, her message for you guys is all about, you have sovereignty over your own life. Act with grace and confidence, which is so crazy because literally the manta ray has everything to do with calm and gracefulness. They're like gentle giants kind of moving through the water. It's kind of being comfortable in the darkness, I feel like, for you guys, moving with it. It's like, I don't know if you've ever been in the ocean at night, or if you just like been in really deep water and kind of just looked down. It can be very like overwhelming, very scary and terrifying because you can't see anything. But at the same time, it could also be very liberating and freeing because it's just, you have no choice but to just kind of float and just be in that space and kind of just let go of the fear. So I feel like that is a part of this as well for you guys. You have the ability to unite disparate people and views should you choose to do so. The buck stops with you. You are powerful. Act like it. Exactly. And that's what like the 9 of Pentacles here. It's like, that's all about being independent, knowing you have the power, knowing you have the success, and that you've achieved it all yourself, that you are a whole and complete person. So I feel like, again, that's a really huge aspect here for you guys. So also kind of talking about, you got to listen to your own inner wisdom a little bit more. What is it that you see in your mind's eye, I feel like, is also important. I don't know what significance the right eye plays for you. But again, that could be maybe having the right eye to see things in a clearer manner. With the Gluttony card, this is representing the waxing gibbous moon phase, and it's the stage, because these have a lot to do with healing and kind of the stages of grief kind of aspect. So this is the stage of denial. So going to the edge of the ravine, savoring the idea of letting go of all restraint. That's exactly kind of what I was describing here with this idea of like kind of floating in the dark water. It's like you're at that precipice and you just have to kind of let go. So again, this is even talking about a vampire right here, which is kind of just very fitting for this. It's the key here is that we don't want to recognize the depth of envy and the anger. We cast it out of ourselves, and now it's truly a parasite monster, impossible to accept as something that came out of ourselves. What if we bring light to the pitch dark well? What if the scary monster is just a scrawny, scarved feeling? What if it's just a little thing, dark as tar indeed, but to be sorry of, not to be feared? So again, there's hunger sleeping just under the surface, like an animal lurking. So yeah, that kind of goes into whatever it is that you guys are worrying about, or again, that kind of goes back into the Hangman here, changing your perspective. You're letting something be a huge, terrifying monster when really it's something much weaker. It's small, and you're kind of blowing it up and making it a more scary, terrifying thing than it truly is what I'm getting here. So again, that's why it's time for you to connect back to your own spirit, to find your center. Let's see here. So with this skull of flowers, to blossom and bloom, the work must be done. Through fire and ashes, our fortune to come. So obviously, again, it's what is it? What is the saying? Trial through fire or something like that. Like, again, you have to kind of put in the work, go through the darkness and the things that you don't like to clear up the space, going deep within yourself. And maybe for some of you, a way for you to really connect to that deeper inner part of yourself is to, again, kind of put yourself in a space where it's like you have to really feel your instinct. You have to kind of go primal. And again, the sacred dance is coming up. So for some of you, you might literally want to go take like a dance class, or maybe you are a dancer, belly dancing, even something like pole dancing, like anything that's going to connect you to that deeper, I feel like, root chakra, sacral chakra side of yourself that's really going to help to like light up also your solar plexus. So again, it's like not being afraid of the darkness, but finally just embracing it and realizing you have to go through it and you have to kind of face the monster down that corridor and realize, it's not as scary as it seems. The ocean is not as terrifying as you may think it is. There is, again, beauty in the surrender and just going with that flow. That's what I'm getting here for this particular group. So if this resonated, please do drop a like. This was a very different kind of reading. So definitely do comment, subscribe if you want to see more, turn on that bell notification. And of course, do check out all the various links down below if you want to help support the channel. And there's also information about personal readings down there as well. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. For those of you who picked pile 2 here with the purple gold stone, so pretty, so sparkly. We're going to go ahead and jump into your reading. We're going to look at the tarot and all the other oracle cards that I pulled here for you guys. So, wow, we got the 5 of Pentacles here. So, obviously, some of you maybe are concerned about your health. I feel like you guys kind of, I'm just going to say, like, you feel like you have, like, an inner demon within yourself that you're always battling with and that's always winning, and that you seem to not be able to get over it. So, again, this could also represent, could literally represent, like, a physical element or, illness, condition, or this has to do more with financial situation. It's all about the body and the material world. I feel like you feel like everything else is kind of attacking you and that you can't find a safe spot. Let's see what else we have here. We also have the 8 of Skulls here as well. So the 8 of Pentacles. You got to put more work into it, for sure. You have the power to change it, but it's going to require you to put more work into it to master the skills that you have. Let's see, what are these are showing? We got Mercury in Taurus. So some of you might have Mercury in Taurus. We also have, let's see here. We got Virgo, Sun in Virgo, I'm guessing, with this card as well. So some of you might have that going on as well. And it's funny because in both of these cards, we have the image of like the werewolf coming up more than once here. So I feel like you gotta kind of embrace your inner wolf in some aspect. I don't know why that came to mind. Let's see what else we have. We got Death here. So yeah, rebirth. Putting an end to things that are no longer serving you. And again, it's going to require some time and some effort to do that. We also have the 6 of Pentacles. It's going to require help and support, or maybe you helping and supporting somebody else in order to achieve that. And we have the 4 of Cups. So yeah, there's opportunity here. There's things that you're not quite seeing. And it's so funny because again, we're having repeating symbology here, because it's like we have the hourglass here, we also have the hourglass here. So again, divine timing is everything. Some of you are feeling like a victim to time, or again, resources. You feel like maybe somebody else is in control of your life and that you are not in control. But it's like, for some of you, I feel like, whoever that person is that you feel like is kind of controlling you, I feel like maybe their intentions is actually for the best and that they really are trying to help you, but it's like you're not seeing it. Or for others of you, it's the opposite, where it is somebody who is controlling and that you need to kind of help yourself and get there. So, and it's interesting here because we have in this 4 of Cups, we have foxes appearing. And for your animal, we have the fennec fox here that is coming out for you. So again, being very discerning, I feel like, is extremely important for you guys. Having one ear to the ground, because the fennec fox, obviously, it's a desert fox. They have very keen hearing. They can, really pick up on, small little movements in the ground. They can, listen for grubs and stuff that are under the earth, and they come out at night, obviously, because that's what the point of this. You guys can pioneer for yourself. You can be adaptable. Again, you are not a victim. You can adapt and you can overcome whatever situation that you're put in. That's why the Death card is here. That's representing Scorpio. So again, it's that transformation. It's really understanding the darkness and really coming to a point of accepting it as well. That's going to be a big thing that's going to come up probably for all the piles. We also have the left leg with submission. Interesting. So with this particular card here, Hod, I feel like, I don't know if that, again, maybe the left leg is significant for you guys in some aspect, but I feel like your group here, you don't like being in submission. Like, really, you don't like it anymore. Really, it's like, I feel like you've been too submissive for a long time. Or again, that's kind of the feeling that you're having, where it's like you are in submission to everything else around you. And again, you need to kind of rise up and claim your own power again. Maybe for some of you, this also has to do with the inner child a little bit. Like, I feel like your inner child and your guides are really trying to come out and speak to you, but it's like you're not hearing their message because, again, you're too much in kind of the state of the Five of Skulls, where it's like you're in that lack mindset where like everything, you don't have anybody reaching out or trying to connect to you, and it's like you are completely alone is what I'm feeling. Oh, we got a lot of these cards that came out for you guys. So we got the Black Flower Fragrance. We also have the Colorless Angel. That is crazy because we literally have an angel right there. We also have Bride in a Cage. Fuck. And we have Blind to Pain. Wow, that is really, really crazy here. So, oh, wow. Yeah, I feel like you guys could definitely be a group where you resonate with the idea of like being kind of like an earth angel. But you've lost, again, kind of your shine, your color. You're avoiding the pain that you feel. I feel like you're ignoring whatever it is that you're feeling. Especially with, again, that Blinded to Pain card here. Yeah, it's like you're trying to shoulder all, you're trying to pretend like it's not there, or again, you're hoping that it's just going to go away without, putting in maybe the necessary work or to, yeah, oh my God. So especially with that Black Flower Fragrance, the little line here is literally, the world is unfair. Fuck off, dear world. Fuck you. Literally, that's what it says for this card. So yeah, this is coming to find resolve for yourself. If you're angry about something, just express the anger. Stop holding it all in. I feel like a lot of you guys are kind of dealing with that. And it's funny because I noticed the horse back here, and that for some reason immediately made me think of Kelpies. So if you're not familiar with what a Kelpie is it's in Scottish, Irish, kind of folklore. And it is a water horse. When it comes out of the water, it can look like a very beautiful, mare that looks very pretty to like touch, or you want to ride it, you want to touch it, you want to grab it, or sometimes they can even appear as people. And what happens is once you touch them, you see their true form, which is more like a watery, kelpie looking horse, and then they drag you down in the water and you can't let go. Because they're kind of like, you stick to them, and then, well, they drown you and they eat you. That's the whole point of them. So again, I feel like that kind of goes into that submission idea, especially with the Bride in a Cage. I feel like for some of you, you feel, again, you're feeling trapped in a situation, especially one maybe of a certain particular role, or maybe like societal idea, like, oh, you have to get married, or maybe somebody's trying to force you into a relationship that you don't want. And so again, you feel caged, and you definitely feel like you can't kind of reach out and speak about. I'm really going to read this Black Flower Fragrance because I see some keywords here that are coming up. This has to do with the full moon phase as well. Love is not a white dove, nor it turns people into angels. Love can be ugly, love can be cheap, love can be rotten. But even ugly love has a right to exist. Even cheap love can raise to the sky. Even rotten love has the divinity of eternity. Even a black rose by any other name should still smell as sweet. Even if you're wrong, you still have the right to be angry. Even if you're not perfect, you have the right to be respected. Even if you're stupid, you have the right to be listened to. Even if you are lucky, you have the right to complain. Even if you're rich, you have the right to be sad. If you cannot shine because you are beautiful, then shine even if you are ugly. Shine because you are ugly. Gorgeously black. Ugly as love. Worn out as an angel. What the fuck? Cheap as a crown. Unconquered as a fragrance in the night. Like fucking shit. Like I feel like that's literally... I definitely get in the sense here big time that this could be the situation for some of you has a lot to do with a toxic relationship, whether it's romantic or otherwise. And I feel like those kind of things were literally told to you maybe like a lot, like, oh, you're ugly, or you're cheap, or you're not beautiful, or things like that, or you're wrong, or you're stupid, or whatever. It's like, fuck all those people, regardless, again, they're going to say whatever the fuck they want to say. But again, that doesn't mean that you have to believe those words. Maybe that's a part of it. Again, you have the right to shine and to be listened to and to be understood regardless of whatever somebody's fucking saying, and to be loved regardless, is the kind of message that's coming up there. And so let's also talk about that bride in the cage. Tomorrow will be the right moment. Tomorrow will be better, even if today is hell. Did we die waiting for the perfect day, or were we never alive? Wow. I definitely feel like with this card, this is about stopping, whether it is that some of you are in a relationship or not, or maybe, again, some of you are kind of the opposite, where you keep telling yourself those words and like, oh, you're not beautiful, or nobody's going to love you, or you never will have this opportunity or this relationship or whatever. You need to shut the fuck up. Stop telling yourself that way, and stop waiting for the perfect day for something to happen. If you want something to happen, then you have to reach out, and you have to, again, kind of make the deal with the devil here and put in the work. Because you're not going to get something for nothing. So it's like, if you're expecting somebody to put a ring on your finger, well, you have to put yourself out there, love yourself in order to get that, give yourself the ring. Don't be waiting for somebody else to do it for you. Again, like, I feel like that could be an aspect for some of you. And again, for others, there's no perfect day to get out of a shitty fucking relationship. You need to do it. You need to reach out, and you need to let somebody know what it is that's happening, especially if you're in a very, very toxic relationship. It's like, there is no right time. And again, don't feel, because a lot of times when people are in like very toxic, abusive relationships, it's like the other person who's the abuser, gaslights them, or, does that thing where it's like, oh, if you leave me, I'm going to kill myself, or I'm going to hurt myself, or, whatever. Like, that threat of hurting themselves to keep you there. It's like, no, you have to reach out. You have to get help, and you have to get out of that situation and stop listening to, what? At the end of the day, it's like what they end up doing, that was their choice. It's not your responsibility at all. That was their choice. It's their responsibility. It's not yours. You are your own person, and they are their own person. For some of you, there could be an issue of like too much of a melding, where it's like one side doesn't end, and it's complicated. I'm definitely getting sense. There's a lot of complicated situations here. Some of you, it has nothing to do with romance. Some of you, it definitely has to do with career, material, and health. Again, there's no perfect day to get started in changing your health or changing your career. It's like every day is the right day. You just have to do it, and you have to put in the work, and you have to transform yourself. So we still have more cards here. So we also have first quarter moon with assessing. Yeah, there's a lot here to assess. There's a lot of things to look over and to consider. We also have... Holy shit, are you fucking kidding me? We got the new moon in Libra with a new romantic cycle begins. Yes, you guys can create a new romantic cycle for yourself by getting out of the old shitty one, or again, giving yourself that confidence to reach out and take it. We also have hold your vision. Yeah, again, that's kind of what that is, holding that goal, holding the thing that you truly want, and actually seeing it and going after it. We also have, wow, we have the South Node here. Don't let your past hold you back. So for some of you, you really need to go and look in your natal chart and find out where your South Node is and what sign and house it's in, because you are repeating some really dark old patterns, I feel like. And again, it's holding you back from going after that vision you want. You have to understand, where your North Node is as well, because again, those are the aspects. Like, South Node is everything you've already learned, you've already experienced. I definitely feel for you guys, there's something really important there in regards to maybe a past life situation. But again, your North Node in this life is everything you're supposed to be working at. We also have here sea storm with calm amid chaos. You need to keep your cool. You need to find that balance. And again, you can't be afraid of, I feel like getting angry, or like, again, throwing the storm, like starting up the storm and like going out and doing it. We also have, okay, this is going to be wild. We got that death will come. And for a second there, I was reading till death do us part for a second came to mind. Mortality, finite, fragile. We also have sacrifice, renunciation, offering, and letting go. And we have eternal youth with energy, newness, and vitality. Oh my fucking God. what the fuck is going on with this pile? This is fucking crazy. Okay, so again, before I show this last card, again, it's pretty wild that we have these 3 cards that came out, because again, you got eternal youth, and then you have mortality and fragility. So it's like, and you literally have the death card here. Also, she's like holding a pomegranate, which makes me think of Hades and Persephone. So mattering on how you read that story. Again, I'm not a particular fan of how most people interpret that story, but again, for some of you, maybe that is like literally your situation. But again, I feel like you guys you have to sacrifice, and you gotta let go of whatever it is that you're holding on to from the past, or again, this relationship, whatever it is. And again, death will come. You literally have the death card. It's like the ending comes no matter what. There is a finite amount of how much you can take. You need to stop submitting to it. You have to also recognize that it's like, I feel like there's a connection here. Yeah, you have a mortal body, which you can support and you can make better, but eventually it will shit out and it will die. But you have an eternal soul. That's for sure. You have energy. Energy is consistent. Energy is in everything, and it lasts forever. So again, you can start anew. You can embrace this eternal youth within yourself. And again, I feel like that relates back to the inner child that we talked about. Now, the last fucking card. I'm gonna move these aside a little bit. What was I mentioning before? We have literally a werewolf here. We had a wolf symbol here. Literally, your last fucking card is werewolf. Exploring wildness. And I feel that is so weird. I'm actually gonna look at the booklet here, because that's just too wild. And literally, this is about, I mentioned earlier on in this reading, like embracing your inner wolf. So again, maybe this is kind of embracing the werewolf within you, like letting go. And I feel like that kind of goes back into the anger thing. It's like finally just allowing yourself to feel the pain that you're feeling and express it outwards. Luminosity. Oh yeah, and that's fucking crazy, because again, that's the full moon. You know, werewolves transform on the full moon. And literally, this card here, which I feel like is kind of like the big message of the work to help solve kind of the rest of it. This is all about, you know, shining no matter what, has to do with the full moon phase. That's wild. So luminosity triggers it. A wild moon rises. Pain and blood and fangs. Fur and howling wolfen guise. So after a painful, excruciating, bone-jarring struggle against the change, the man releases to the magic. Howling unrestrained under the full moon, now the half-man, half-wolf rises up snarling and goes looking for blood. Yes, we all know the power of the werewolf. And I feel like that's funny. For some of you, this image here is literally representing you in both aspects. I feel like for some of you, you have to kind of kill and sacrifice the old version of you. And again, that was maybe submissive or, you know, self-depreciating, you know, that those aspects that are holding you back from, again, achieving your vision, and finally go through the uncomfortable transformation to, you know, claim yourself. And my stomach is going off right now. Sorry if you guys can hear it. I don't know if that's going to pick up on the camera at all. But anyway, after the end of the European witch trials, an intense interest in the werewolf developed in folklore tales and evolved to become the stuff of horror stories. Fairly consistently since then, the Wolfman or Lycan has featured regularly in tales both oral and written. Of course, during the last 100 years, there have been many hugely popular movies, including, it's just funny because I was just thinking about this movie when I saw this, The American Werewolf in London, which I absolutely love that movie. If you have not seen it, definitely watch it. It's a classic werewolf movie. And themes in the books such as recent Twilight Saga. Meh. Okay, the werewolf is a kind of, you know what, if we're gonna bring up the fucking Twilight Saga, okay, like, there you fucking go. You want a good example of an unhealthy relationship? There you go. That is not a healthy relationship, people. Wake the fuck up. Alright, I'm just gonna say that. Anyway, the werewolf is a kind of shapeshifter, but one that has traditionally had little control over his wildness. In a way, an inner battle between civilization and wild animal nature fights inside one body. The vitality, strength, and freedom, and it's funny, you talk about vitality, and you literally have that word come up here. And freedom of the animal versus the reason, control, and the intellect of the man. Which one, though, is the dominant force? What is the healthy balance between our animal nature, one that is wild and free and connected to nature, and our radical civilized humanness, separate from our dominant over nature? The werewolf asks us to consider this balance and to delve into our own ideas of wildness, independence, and custodianship of the planet. When is the last time you spent all day outside? When was the last time you threw your head back and howled at the moon? Do you squash the vitality and curiosity of your body and mind by sitting all day in front of a computer? The werewolf challenges you to weave a balance between nature and your own nature. Exactly. So that goes back into instinct. So again, I feel like you guys literally need to get out and move your body more as one part of this for sure. For some of you, you need to kind of activate that. You need to feel your body move again. And that's going to help with claiming and doing it for yourself and claiming that independence that's so important here. So, wow, this reading was a lot longer. But that is what I picked up for this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a comment, subscribe if you want to see more, turn on the bell notification, all that good stuff. And do feel free to check all the various links down below if you'd like to help support the channel, as well as information about personal readings. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. For those of you who picked pile 3 with the smoky quartz here, let me move away the last piles. But this is going to be your reading. We're going to go ahead and start off by looking at what we got for the tarot, as well as our other various cards. So starting off here, we have the Hierophant, which of course represents Taurus. So maybe some of you are Taurus, or maybe this is about a Taurus placement somewhere. But again, the Hierophant has everything to do with tradition. It has to do with institutions. It has to do with higher education. It has to do with marriage. I feel like maybe some of you have been struggling with your religious beliefs for a while as well. There might be conflict there. Maybe you want to change your religious beliefs. Maybe you grew up in a very traditional situation and you're kind of at war with that. I feel like also this could be about some of you finally embracing your own sexuality. In whatever aspect that is, you know, realizing, I feel like I'm getting a sense of like sex is not a wrong or bad thing. It's not dark or evil. It's, you know, it's a natural part of life. And again, properly educating yourself more on that is what really matters. We also have the Queen of Cups essentially here. So again, highly intuitive. Again, this goes back into maybe the religion aspect of like, again, listening to your intuition, understanding, listening to your body, realizing that, you know, again, I keep going back to that body thing and like the sex aspect where it's like, you know, it's not a sin. It's not a temptation. It's your right. And it's, again, it's free for you to express it and you don't need to hold that back anymore. We also have the Emperor present here. So this is Aries energy. The Queen of Grails here. Not sure exactly what she represents zodiac sign wise, but it would be the water signs in the traditional tarot. These are special cards because they have a lot of like additional information in it. We also have the Five of Wands. So yeah, being in conflict with groups. Maybe for some of you, this is going back to conflicts with a strong masculine figure in your life. Maybe like a father figure, I feel like, especially with something like the Hierophant and the Emperor being present here. There could have definitely been a lot of conflict in those aspects, you know, with the I was just say High Priest, but that's, you know, that's the other name for the Hierophant. Again, it has to do with Taurus. It's ruled by Venus. There could also be, you know, something about a teacher, spiritual guidance, an advisor here for you guys, or maybe having conflict with that, maybe claiming that for yourself, you know, understanding what beliefs and traditions you've obviously, you know, kind of allowed yourself to go into, you know, reaching that larger union with the universe, I feel like is also important. You know, nurturing yourself, having patience. Also with, again, I feel like you guys are going to go through a major like spiritual awakening here. That is very different from maybe what you originally grew up around in some aspect. Let's see about that Queen of Grails. Yeah, she's the watery aspect of water. So like heavy, like probably like Piscean energy, like hardcore water energy. And that has everything to do with the mysteries of things, being, you know, embracing your muse, following your passion, especially with the Emperor here. It's like you have goals, you have ambitions, go after it, regardless of what conflicts or competitions there might be coming from other people. You need to stop allowing the opinions of others to sway what you naturally, instinctually feel, embracing your imagination. Again, the importance of patience is coming up here, again, with these particular cards. You know, emotional, romantic, embracing the romance and beauty of life and your own sensuality, I feel like is really important here. You know, funny, another keyword that came up here is virginal. Again, don't be so afraid of that. Like, you're not going to be clean or something if you give into your sexual urges or something. Like, that's all bullshit. And again, that's all constructed based on religious beliefs, which can change. You can change that. You don't have to keep buying into the same thing over and over again if it personally does not resonate for you anymore. Again, embrace your oracle aspect, embrace your intuition, because you know inherently what is right for you and what the universe and your guides are trying to reach out and tell you. You know, healing, loving yourself, embracing these aspects, it will be very healing for you. We also have for you guys, you got the badger as well as the pitcher plant here. So very interesting. Again, the badger is like a badass animal. They're fucking scary. So again, you know, not being afraid of, and not being underestimated. I feel like maybe some of you have dealt with that a lot, where it's like, you were underestimated. People didn't realize how, you know, strong you really were, because again, this has everything to do with persistence, self-reliance, and warrior spirit. You know, it's about being solid, being independent, and that you can do it yourself. Again, you don't need somebody else to tell you what to do. I feel just the sense of very overbearing, maybe masculine energy for some of you. Let's see, with the pitcher plant, yeah, this has everything to do with deceit and illusion, because that's what the pitcher plant is. You know, it smells sweet, it looks interesting, it, you know, causes the birds or, you know, whatever it might be, trying to get insects to come down to it, to drink from it. And when they do, it's like, oh shit, we slip in, we fall into its digestive juices. So again, this goes back into following your intuition and knowing truly what is deceiving you, what is dangerous. It's not what's being told to you. I feel like inherently, you know, intuition, through your intuition, what is actually dangerous for you. So again, don't buy into that illusion. And again, you can be a master of illusion, I feel like, especially with that Queen of Cups here. Let's see what else we got. Raziel with the Angel of Mysteries. Literally, that is totally that Queen of Cups here. We also have Bineth with the left eye with knowledge. So yeah, you guys are way more knowledgeable. You have a lot of innate wisdom. And again, you gain a lot through it, through the mysteries of life, through your intuition as well. Don't be afraid of the mysterious. You know, embrace the unusual path. Embrace the path that is being called and being presented to you that normally you wouldn't have expected. Let's see what else we. Oh my God, we got the Trump of lies. Like that almost sounds like a little wordplay right there. Yeah, even when it comes to like political beliefs, it's like if you have differing political beliefs, again, embrace who it is you truly are and what it is you truly believe. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You know, if something hurts me, I change myself so it can stop. You need to stop doing that. You need to stop arguing. You know, not all the glitters is gold. Emptiness is felt when there is nothing under the dress. This is about wearing a mask all the time. Oh, wow. Oh my God, this card, I swear. Again, I'm going to read this one because I'm seeing keywords that are popping up that literally represent shit that I've been already saying here. So, the triumph of lies is about appearance. And appearance is always so important in the world. Day by day, it seems more important. Can that be a lie too? We seek to be what the world outside desires and not necessarily society at large. Our family or partners or friends place judgments on what we should be. In the dress we chose, we carve a mask of expectations, behaviors, and values to live by. It offers stability to ourselves and to our relations, as being honest and true to ourselves can be too tiring, too easy to make us hurt. Unfortunately, the relationship with our mask is not as straightforward as it feels. Inside the mask, envy grows, vanity takes root, lack of self-confidence becomes a habit. It gnaws at us and hurts us from the inside. It feels like it is ourselves, but it's not really authentic. It's just a lie we have made habit to believe in. When our lives become a gilded cage and our dress becomes a burden, we should remember that we were born naked. And I fucking love that line. Exactly. You were born naked. Again, that's just what I keep getting here. It's like, you need to stop with the judgments and listening to other people. It's like, and wearing this mask to please other people around you, or again, the society that you're in. It's like, stop. If it doesn't resonate with you, it's not who you are authentically, then do not give it power and do not give it your time. Because again, you're just harming yourself. You're not helping anybody or anything by doing that. So let's see what else we have. Oh, wow. We got the flower moon with blossoming. And so I'm going to tell you when the flower moon occurs. But yeah, it's like you guys have the power to blossom into who it is you truly are. The flower moon, it happens in May. So that might be significant for some of you. We also have, look, have faith in your dreams with the waxing crescent moon. And your commitment is being tested. See? Yeah, it's like you're being challenged, you're being tested to see just how strong your resolve is to be who you are and to stand by your guns and by your beliefs in the face of adversity and other people's judgment and bullshit. It's like you have the right to believe in what it is you want and to do what you want with your life. It's not anybody else's life to live, it's your life to live. So exactly, if you don't agree with something, then you don't agree with it, and you don't need to give it power or buy into it if it's not what you want. We also have here Strange Valentine with Love is Strange. Oh, so maybe some of you, in particular, maybe this is a partner that you have. We also have, oh wow, we have Prey here. Stalked, invaded, watched. Yeah, there's people spying on you, they're watching you, they're judging you for your life choices, or maybe the people that you choose to love or be involved with, and it's like, fuck all their opinions. Again, you are not a prey. You are not a victim. You are stronger than that with the Emperor here. And we also have Skeleton with Strength. Holy shit, yeah. Again, you have the strength. Your foundations are your foundations, and you can build them however you want. Again, somebody else's foundation and beliefs don't have to be your own. Or again, don't listen to other people. For some of you, if they tell you, oh, you shouldn't love that person because of maybe their ethnicity or their culture or their background. It's like, if the person treats you right and they're a healthy person for you, just like thinking logically here, then they shouldn't give a fuck. If they treat you right and they treat you nice, they should be happy that you are happy with this person. Again, if they treat you right. So yeah, again, you're feeling maybe invaded by other people's opinions is what I'm getting at as well. Wow. Very interesting pile. So that is everything that I'm getting for this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do drop a like down below, comment what you thought about this, and definitely feel free to check out all the various links down below if you'd like to help support this channel and get more exclusive content over on my Patreon. And of course, there's information about personal readings there. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, for those of you who picked pile 4 here, we're going to go ahead and jump into your messages. We're going to look at the tarot and various other cards that we also have here. So let's see what we got for the tarot. So starting up, we have the 4 of Scepters, which would be like the 4 of Wands, I believe. Let me go ahead and double check that. Let's see. Yep, that would be the 4 of Wands. Damn, guys. So let's see. These is going to be representing the Venus in, let's see, where is our zodiac sign for this one? Oh, why am I having such a hard time with this one? So this one is representing the Sun in Aries, actually. So maybe some of you are Sun in Aries. But again, with the 4 of Scepters here, this is going to be talking a lot about, we're talking about the 4 of Wands. So it's going to talk about connection. It's going to talk about marriage, contemplation, it's unity, it's construction, idealism, spiritual idealism, because that's what the wands are always going to represent, spirit, creativity. Something's going to talk about work, manifestation, and, prosperity and coming together with a perfect match for yourself, for sure. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, my computer was making a weird noise. So we have the 8 of Wands here. Wow. So this is representing Mercury in Sagittarius here. So definitely, oh, that's where the Aries symbol was. Ho, 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 ho. Oopsie. So definitely, I definitely feel like it's either Sun in Aries or it could be Venus in Aries for sure. Hey. As well as, again, we have the Mercury in Sagittarius coming out here. So I feel like for you guys, this is really talking about fast connection, fast communication, as well as, maybe, falling in love really quickly with somebody is what I'm getting the sense of right now. Very different from the previous reading so far. We also have the Ace of Cups, Jesus, and we have the Five of Cups, though. So, you know what I'm seeing here for this particular group? I feel like you guys need to stop. Some of you might have gone through like a big breakup in the past. You have an ex, maybe, for some of you, again, because not everybody has an ex, but there could be like a past connection that you had that you're still very much mourning. For others of you where it's like, oh, I don't have an ex or something, this could be referencing maybe a past life connection that you're still mourning. You're still, you're still holding kind of the flame for, but it's like you're missing the point that you're in this life and you're in this time right now to make and forge new connections, especially with that Ace of Cups going through. Like, this is new beginning, new emotional beginning, romantic beginning, somebody offering you their cup. This is about you definitely engaging more with your creativity, your ideas, finding yourself spiritually, and really putting in a lot of fast movement and connection there. So we also have here the coral snake and the, how do you say this, asphodel? And we have the orchid. Definitely with the orchid be there, it just makes me think of sexuality, hardcore. It's beauty. It's embracing your sexuality a little bit more. Yeah, especially moving away from something where it's like you're feeling that stuck energy of like the Five Cups. You're being unable to move. Maybe you're having a lot of regret maybe over a past situation that is still kind of holding you back from really embracing and seeing the new possibilities before you. Oh, yeah, that's why that word seems so familiar, because this is the Greek underworld. This is the field of how do you say, asphodel, which is, it's the realm where ordinary people who are not heroic enough for the Elysian fields, nor wicked enough for the pits of Tartarus lie. It really means in Victorian florography, the flower means my regrets follow you to the grave. Are you unable to move on from something? Is there anyone you need to say I'm sorry to? So obviously, I feel like some of you, in order to kind of open yourself up to, I definitely feel like for a lot of you, it's either new love or, again, new creative potential for yourself. You need to say sorry for something that happened in the past. And again, this kind of represents, with that Greek related mythology, kind of like purgatory. That's kind of like the purgatory part of the underworld. So again, you guys are kind of keeping yourself in your own purgatory by, not forgiving maybe yourself or maybe somebody else with that Five of Cups. With the orchid, of course, as I called out, it has to do with sexuality, desire, and luxury. So definitely, I feel like maybe that's part of like this forgiveness that I feel like has to be done, has to do maybe with your sexuality, or again, blooming, allowing yourself to come forward and again, follow what, you find sexually attractive or interesting. I know, I feel like maybe for some of you who have been sexually active before, it's been a while, or maybe for others of you, you've never had sex before, and it's like, this is, you don't have to like, I don't know why the word, like, give it up or anything to like feel sexy. It's like, you can embrace your sexuality and feel sexy at any point without necessarily giving into sex. Like, I feel like some of you think about it in that way. Let's see, with the coral snake, let's see, what are the key words for the coral snake? I want to double check that bit. Let's see, it's red and yellow, touching. So again, poison, watching out. Looks can be deceiving. Make sure that you're looking deeper than surface level. Some of you, maybe that's what happened in the past, is like you got into maybe a relationship or a situation where it's like it seemed perfectly fine, but you kind of didn't read the smaller print there and maybe got stung a little bit, and you're kind of still like weeping over that. Yeah, warning and avoidance, exactly. Red and black, friend of Jack. Red and yellow, kills a fellow. So yeah, it's like literally, it's like the coral snake is giving you a big warning here, like, hey, I'm dangerous, don't come near me. And I feel like some of you, maybe you didn't listen to that warning in the past, but it's coming up again to remind you to like pay attention to these things. And we have a lot of these colors happening here as well. Let's see what else we have. We got the Angel of Snow, interesting enough. So maybe this has something to do with winter. I don't know if winter is like a important time period for you. Maybe there's a birthday. Maybe that's when this certain thing maybe occurred. Let's see. Yeah, so with the Angel of Snow here, it's really, it feels like, you know, the winter time is a time of hibernation. It's a time of kind of coming back in, reflecting, and, you know, gathering up your kind of your reserves so that you can come back forward in the spring, you know, rejuvenated and complete. So maybe this is about, you know, coming back into yourself to kind of, again, reevaluate and to regroup yourself in a way. We also have here atonement. Holy fucking shit. And we have peaceful among thorns. Wow. That is absolutely wild. Because again, we're talking about, you know, needing to kind of forgive, say I'm sorry. And you literally have atonement coming up here. So what is it? And with the imagery here, it just makes me think of the Ten of Swords. So some of you, it's like, again, putting the end to a situation that is just like a losing battle. You're the one kind of keeping the battle alive and still existing, when really it's been over for a really long time, and you just need to kind of let go and, you know, let the resolve come in. And I definitely feel like peaceful among thorns, you know, this is about, again, kind of going back in and regrouping and connecting to yourself spiritually, kind of accepting and atoning for what it is that you've experienced, or maybe what you did to somebody else. Maybe for some of you, and it doesn't always come up, but maybe you hurt somebody else. That's kind of coming up in order to heal, and to kind of like, you hold a lot of regret for it. You know, you need to kind of accept the responsibility for what happened. You know, what happened. There's no, you're creating closure for yourself and for other people that you've been around by atoning, and for just forgiving, and to just finally let, you know, to dim that light, like on a candle, like snuffing out the candle finally. Because it's like, if you're holding on to regrets or angers or pain from something that either was done to you or you did to somebody else, it's like the only person you're hurting yourself at that point, after the fact of the thing happening, is yourself. It's not hurting anybody else at that point, because it's already occurred. So it's like anything you hold on to, these swords you stab yourself with in the back, are only to hurt you. It's not fixing anything else, and it's not going to make the other person better. Again, forgiveness isn't about, in the sense of like forgiving the person and saying, oh, it's okay what you did, or it's okay what I did. No, it's about just finally putting an end to holding on and keeping the pain alive in that way. So again, you know, peaceful among thorns. So I feel like coming to terms and finally just accepting where you've had flaws, because guess what? We all have flaws. We've all made mistakes. And you recognizing, understand what those are, and then educating yourself about how you can change it, how you can make better, is the right way. You know, this just made me think of something I was watching, where somebody was reviewing, you know, certain YouTubers' apology videos. And again, a lot of times, you know, in those kind of apologies, the person will be like, oh, it's like, yeah, I did this thing, you know, but I'm like, I'm not a bad person, or I'm not this or whatever. It's like, they're trying to kind of defend themselves like they're under attack. That's really not an apology. You know, it's recognizing, you know, you trying to go back and say, oh, I'm not a horrible person. Well, you already did the thing. That's regardless of the kind of person you did that thing. And so that's just kind of what it is. Now it's time for you to just, again, apologize, accept that, yeah, you did that fucking bad thing, or you hurt that person or whatever. It's like, that already happened, that already occurred, that's in the past now. All you can do now is, again, atone, apologize, you make peace with it, and move on forward with the intention of doing better, because you know better now, is kind of the idea, is what I'm getting here. And it's crazy, because literally the next card we have here is boundaries. We got boundaries, we have balance, we also have a time for healing. Like, holy shit, guys. Like, obviously some of you need to work on, maybe for some of you, it's creating better boundaries for yourself, or again, respecting other people's boundaries more, and also finding better balance with yourself. I feel like, again, the winter and the autumn seasons are important here. You know, you need to kind of, you're wiser, you've grown more, you can grow more, especially by achieving and looking for that balance. And again, this is a time of healing for yourself, for sure. And like, once you go through this time of healing, though, I feel like there's going to be definitely some important new beginnings and possibilities for you. We also have here the 3 fates with what comes around. Holy shit. We got aloha healing. Like, holy shit, you have healing coming up twice. So yeah, you guys are going through this is a major healing process for you. We also have redemption. Holy shit. Absolution, forgiveness, penance. What the fuck? And we have transmission, spreading of conditions, influence, impact. Wow. And the last one is the veil, the future. Wow. Like, this is really, again, with the 3 fates, I mean, that's all about karma. What comes around goes around, you know. What you send out comes back threefold. So it's like, you just kind of have to, again, accept and, you know, embrace the fact that whatever you sent out, it's going to come back to you. And you just have to kind of take responsibility for that. It doesn't mean that you can't find redemption. You can't find absolution, penance. You know, that is kind of part of the penance is, you know, you reap what you sow is literally what's coming here. You got the spreading of conditions, the influence, the impact. And it's interesting because I get this sense of twins. Maybe for some of you, this had to do like a friendship with somebody that you were very close with. But it's like with this, it's like finally understanding and taking responsibility for the impact that you have when you speak, when you do something. Your actions, your words, your thoughts have an impact. Understanding that and healing what has occurred from the past. And then we have this veil with the future. I feel like with this, you know, the future is unknown. It always will be. You don't want to make assumptions about the future. You want to have goals. You don't want to have ideas about the future, but you still have a future before you. I feel like some of you think that there isn't again, redemption. There isn't, you don't have a chance to get that thing again. You do by, again, healing and learning from the past experience. I feel like you guys also, you know, pay attention to your intuition, understand the veil. Maybe even, this just came through. Ooh, boy. Ooh, shivers. For some of you, ooh, yeah. Oh, weird feelings. Oh, Jesus. This has to do with somebody who's already died. Somebody who is beyond the veil. That maybe you didn't have something happen with that relationship, and you again, it goes in the same thing of finding atonement, finding redemption for it. This is really weird. I don't know what happened, but it definitely wasn't good, whatever the fuck it was, between maybe you and this person who's already passed on. Oh. Again, this isn't going to resonate for fucking everybody, but I almost get the sense of like, oh, I'm like starting to fucking shake. That you're almost being haunted by this person. That's part, shit. Halloween, and I feel like, you know, that winter, autumn season is going to be really, you need to watch out for that season, because again, that is when literally the veil starts to thin. This person, the interactions and the connection of this person on the other side might become stronger then, which could be a good thing, because then you can find that you can work through whatever issues are still lying there. Ugh. Okay. I'm just going to pull up the book on this one and just get a little bit more information on what this is wanting to say. Let's see. There is a misty curtain that divides us all. The veil this night thins, transparent. The weave becomes, and the future no longer dims. The ancient Celts used to call the time the longest night of the year, Samhain. They believed that there was a misty veil that separated the world of the dead and the living. But on 2 nights of the year, Samhain and Beltane, the shortest night, that the veil would thin. The finesse of the veil meant the the ancestors were closer than ever, and even the gods would be close. This would mean that the communications from the dead were more likely to occur, and that divination, where the divine speaks through something, would be more effective. So while using this oracle as the veil lifts, know that the other worlds are close. Listen in particular to what messages may come forth around your future. Look to what you want to happen. Plan, set intentions, think big. I don't know if something, in some cases here, something violent happened, but I feel like, again, that might be something specific for one particular person, but that kind of came through as well. This is a very, I just saw 1818, very weird reading, but I think I'm going to end this particular reading there because, yeah. So yeah, if this resonated, please do comment down below, drop a like, subscribe, check out all the various links down below if you want exclusive content over on my Patreon and all that good stuff. That will be there, as well as information on private readings. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. For those of you who picked pile 5 here with the garnet piece, one of my favorite stones here. Oop, actually, what am I doing? Let's keep him out right there. And let's go ahead and dive into your cards, looking at your tarot as well as other cards that we pulled here. So starting off, we of course have the Death card here, which represents Scorpio, transformation, endings of things that are no longer serving you, starting afresh, rising from the ashes, definitely. We also have the 5 of Cups here, which represents Scorpio in Mars. Some of you might have some very strong Scorpio energy coming through here. Definitely with these, I feel like finally releasing the pain from the past. No longer like crying over spilt milk. Yeah, because look, we also have the 8 of Knives here, which is like the 8 of Swords. So this is Gemini in Jupiter here. And we have, look at that, we have the 10 of Swords. We also have the 2 of Swords. So we have a lot of emotion and thinking here. So there's some things definitely on your mind. And again, we have something like the Death, and we have the 10 of Swords. Like majorly, like an ending needs to happen here. You need to stop putting yourself through the pain and through the suffering and keeping yourself trapped and stuck in issues and sadness of the past. You need to remove the blindfold and come to face your demons, is what I feel like, and heal that past. Because it will bring you so much more strength. Because I feel like you do have a strong spirit, but you're keeping it chained down, and really it's like you have the ability here. And it's interesting because literally we have these lily pads and the lotus here, and that represents life. You can claim that again for yourself. It's just like finally surrendering what it is you're holding on to and make that decision. We also have here for you guys, we have Lavender, and we have the Mountain Lion. So stealth, picking your battles wisely, I feel like. Also, really, your dream world is highly important. There's a lot your subconscious, and again, your emotions and your thinking. This is all in the mind. This is a very mind-centered pile here. Whatever is happening in your mind is playing a very significant role for you in your life. And I feel like, again, especially your dreams, work with lavender, plant lavender around your home, sleep with lavender like in a dream pouch underneath your pillow. Like these are things that I feel like you guys really need. This is your plant to work with, because it will be very, very restorative and very healing for you, especially if you have trouble sleeping. Again, I feel like you're kind of that person who you'll be in bed at 3 a.m. and you'll have fucking shit from the past that you really don't want to think about come up in your mind, and it just stresses you out. Again, it's keeping those old battles alive here. So yeah, you need to have more patience with yourself, set those proper boundaries, be scrutinizing, you know, everything. It's like, what are you still holding on to the past? What patterns from the past are you still giving power to and giving rise in? And, you know, again, know your boundaries. But also it's like, don't be enslaved by boundaries. There's always room for improvement and for adjustments. You know, this is about the lavender here will give you peace of mind. It will give you serenity. It will help to relax you. It's like, especially, I think this is interesting. I'll read you this little bit about lavender. The lavender is the ultimate symbol of serenity due to the relaxing feelings one gets when smelling the flower's beautiful aroma. Historically, lavender was used to cure all sorts of ailments ranging from gastrointestinal issues to anxiety, and is still used extensively to this day in aromatherapy. It is a flower that encourages meditation, calmness, and peace of mind. So definitely you guys should be working on meditation. You might even want to go out and do aromatherapy. I feel like you are a group who you might be suffering from some things within, again, the mind. So like anxiety, depression, insomnia, like these things might be very caught up in your mind space. We also have here Remiel with the Angel of Visions. That might be a part of it too, because it's like that might be why you're having maybe even more discomfort than normal. I also feel like you really need to reflect on your mirror image. So again, your shadow self is important here. Your shadow self there's things repressed there for sure that you need to come to the surface and you need to embrace. And I feel like you guys could be a very, very psychic group. You might have very strong psychic, intuitive dreams, prophetic dreams even. But you maybe have been fighting with those things. Again, could give you anxiety. It could be you want to kind of ignore it. You don't want to face it because sometimes the things you see are not beautiful things. They're not good things. Like, seriously, it's like being intuitive, being psychic, comes with some ugliness as well. But it's all in the matter of how you face those things and how you... What was that? Anyway, how you protect yourself in that way. So... Again, I feel like you shouldn't be afraid of the visions you have. It's important for you to finally embrace those things because it's going to help to awaken you. We also have Yesod with the root connection. So also you need to work on your root chakra. Your root chakra is very significant here because, again, that kind of plays into your past. So maybe this is not even just a you thing. It could be literally like a family a genetic trait. It could be something passed down from your ancestors that has carried on here. You could be feeling very insecure, like maybe not like literally like, oh, you're an insecure person, but like insecure in the way like you don't feel safe. Because again, the root chakra has a lot to do with, again, your roots, your family, your childhood, your security, being grounded. It's like all of these things are connected because, again, literally the key word here is connection. So yeah, so we also have here today for tomorrow. It's interesting because you have that twin imagery coming up again here, and we have obsession. Oh, so like, again, like what are you guys obsessing about that is keeping you locked into a space that is not good for you anymore? It's like you need to end the obsession. Again, like I feel like there can be a very bright, future and tomorrow for you by facing that. So with the obsession, there's nothing else that can replace my focus. Oh, wow. So I'm going to read this like last, little sentence here because it really jumped out to me. If we drown inside an obsession, we should close our eyes. We don't die in the darkness. We just fall asleep, and then we can wake up more naturally. It's funny because I kept bringing up sleep. We have that 2 of Swords where she has a blindfold over her eyes. So it's like, yeah, don't be blinded by the obsession. Recognize it and heal it and work through it. Because again, you have that today for tomorrow. So working today will help to bring you what it is you want for tomorrow. Yeah, this is about having hope. Restoring your hope, building that foundation one step at a time. So working on this issue, this is not an issue that I feel like is going to be solved overnight. It's something that is going to take every step at a time to find this healing and this, to come about again. Everything is not... Just because there's an ending doesn't mean there isn't a new beginning. There's always a new beginning right around the corner. Yeah, so again, the last sentence on these is really jumping out to me. There is no choice because the road is only one. What we are today and what we are tomorrow may be different, but it is the same person. Exactly. So it's like, maybe that will help you guys. Maybe that's why you're so confused, I feel like, and you can't make a decision, because like you perceive it as two different roads, two different choices. Really, in the end of the day, it is all the same, because it's like you're on this journey, and while every choice might change, you are still who you are, and you're allowed to change, you're allowed to grow, but it's like it's all the same soul, if that makes sense. And again, I feel like that it's important to remember, like, no choice is going to be a wrong choice in the long run, because you're learning something from it. You're going to grow with it. So we also have here, exactly, we have the wolf moon with hunger, and we have discernment here with the waxing gibbous, and we also have the energy is gaining momentum. So yeah, it's like this energy is growing, it's becoming manifest. And the important thing here, especially with the wolf moon, so I'm going to tell you when the wolf moon occurs. It occurs in, let's see, wolf moon is January. So January might be an important time period for you. But this is literally talking about one of my favorite little anecdotes, stories, where basically a boy asks, actually, you know what, screw it. Let me just go to the fucking book and just read it to you. I've heard about this before, and it's still, I still love it. So, an old wise Cherokee of the First Nations of the U.S. is speaking to his grandson about life. The young boy asked his grandfather, "It is said, grandfather, that everyone has two wolves within them. The first wolf gives darkness, despair, and hate, and jealousy, and sorrow. The second wolf gives light, and hope, and hopefulness, and kindness. Yet, grandfather, I feel them fighting within me. What can I do?" The small son, "My small son, these two wolves will always fight, and they will fight within each person. You are no different," said the grandfather. "But," said the boy, "grandfather, which wolf will win?" And the grandfather answers, "Whichever wolf you feed." So exactly, it's like, this is just a part of it. Everybody deals and has that dark side and that light side. And we all deal with it in different ways. And again, what gives rise and what path you go on and what path you become is based on what you give your energy to, what you feed. So that's why this discernment is coming up here, because again, you have energy manifesting, is bubbling up here. So it's like you have to be discerning, and you have to realize that it's all in your hands. What you feed and what you give your power to is what will manifest and what will win in the long run. So be wise, be sure. And again, if you have some sort of obsession or addiction, you need to stop giving your energy and your power to it, because that's all that will ever continue to manifest. And here, there's obviously a need to make a change with the death card here. So yeah, wow. We also got shallow grave. You miss someone. Really interesting. Whew. We also have discipline, training, consistency, and patience. And then we have midnight, the most magical hour of all. Wow. See, we have time there. Yeah, it takes time. Time is important. And so, unlike with the last pile, what I feel here, especially with shallow grave, what came to mind here is that you have an ancestor or a loved one who is coming through and guiding you and wanting to give you guidance. It's somebody maybe that you miss or definitely misses you. And again, they want you to succeed. They want you to do better. They don't want you to fall into the same pattern or the same crutch that maybe they did. And they want you to have more discipline, because you have it. You have the strength. You have the ability to get yourself out of it. It's just a matter of, again, that consistency, that practice, training yourself. And again, embracing the magic that is truly within you, that you can really shape and change your destiny in so many different ways. And so, yeah, it's like with the midnight card, this is about relaxing into the darkness of midnight. You may feel this your darkest hour, but know that the light will return again. The dawn always follows the darkness night. Know, too, that it's important to recognize that we all have darkness within us, just as we have light, and this isn't something to hide from. Literally, you keep getting this come up here. Literally, the wolf moon brought that up. Again, you have a light side, you have a dark side, you have your shadow self, and I was even talking about that, wasn't I? Earlier in this, it's like you have to face your demons. It's like you need to stop perceiving your shadow as a demon. Your shadow is, your shadow can turn into a demon if you keep abusing it and you keep neglecting it. It can fucking bite you in the fucking ass because, you don't recognize the obsession maybe. Again, you still have the power change yourself, but in order to change yourself, you have to embrace that shadow. You have to recognize what is repressed there, what is coming up, because you're not, the shadow, how I say this, expresses itself and comes out in usually ugly ways because you're not addressing the underlying cause. What is the repressed part? What is the thing that you will not take that blindfold off to recognize and face? Again, I feel like you guys have a lot of beautiful light and power within you, but the only way to embrace that is to marry the two. The light witch and the dark witch. What really jumped to mind is a manga that I read, and I've actually showed it like to help choose a pile, is Spell of Desire. And when you read that, the main character, she is both a light witch and a dark witch, and by marrying those two and embracing those two is when she's at her most powerful, so again, I feel like that's kind of a key here for you guys for sure. So I just saw 444. Wow. That is what I'm getting for this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do drop a like, comment down below. Please do feel free to check out all the various links to help support the channel. Definitely check out my Patreon, because Patreons, again, get first access to these kind of videos, as well as exclusive videos, other tarot related content, artwork, all that fun stuff. It's over on Patreon. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. All right, for those of you who picked, let me move Garnet over here, the mystical Merlinite here, we're going to go ahead and jump into your reading and see what messages want to come up. We're going to start off with tarot and see what's going on there. You guys got quite a bit of tarot. So we have the Six of Skulls, which is like the Six of Pentacles. And so we have Taurus in Taurus Moon, perhaps, is what this card is representing. Or it could be, yeah, I feel like it's probably Taurus Moon. We also have the Two of Pentacles as well, which is definitely Capricorn in, let's see, Capricorn in Jupiter. So again, you guys might have any of those particular placements here. We also have the High Priestess. We also have the Ace of Pentacles, a lot of Pentacle energy coming through. The Chariot. Move these up a little bit. And we have the Six of Swords. So wow, you guys got 2 sixes here. That's pretty quiet. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. With so much of the earth energy coming through here, I definitely feel like, this has a lot to do with how you feel grounded, how you feel secure in this particular life. And something like, again, the Ace of Pentacles is a really, really great card. It's one of the best cards to get in the tarot, because it means overall a brand new, long-lasting beginning where you're feeling materially secure. There could be new love on the horizon as well. But I think the key here is that you need to move away from, again, the things that no longer serve you with that Six of Swords. I also feel like movement is a very good thing in general for you. Also balance. You have to make sure that you are balancing all aspects of your life with the Two of Skulls as well as the Chariot. You can be very victorious and very, very, very successful, but it's like the key here is to listen to your intuition, and also be very kind and giving to other people, and the right people will be giving and kind to you as well. But don't be taken advantage of. I feel like that's another thing here for sure. I feel like you have a lot of loyalty around you. You are a very loyal person. And I also feel like you have a very strong intuition, because we have the High Priestess here. Again, maybe you grew up with somebody who has feminine energy, who was a very wide guidance for you. I feel like some of you for sure have that. Again, I keep getting this twin energy is coming up so much with so many of these piles recently. And so you're reflecting, looking at your own mirror image. For maybe like just a small portion of you, I don't know if you yourself have ever used tarot, but you might want to try working with tarot. You may even be able to make yourself some money by using the tarot as a divination tool to give other people guidance. I feel like, especially with the High Priestess, not being afraid of the shadow aspects of the self is also important here. We also have the Possum, and we have the Slug. We got the banana slug here, very California. So with these two animals here, I definitely feel like, the the possum gets a bad rap. Okay, I feel like, you know, they can be very cute. They're very adaptable, or what's the word? They're survivalists, I feel like. They know how to survive. They know how to succeed. And again, if need be, they will play dead when they need to. So I feel like you guys knowing how to balance and how to step away from situations that no longer serve you is highly important. Like, knowing what battles to pick and when to fight them is extremely important here. And so with the slug in particular, it's about steadfastness, pacing, masculine and feminine. So yeah, that goes back into the balancing thing with the two pentacles and the chariot. It's like, you guys need to make sure you're balancing your masculine and feminine aspects really appropriate. And again, you have the right pacing to things. You're not rushing too far ahead. You're not being, you know, stagnant. You know, it's all a delicate balance when it comes to you guys, for sure, is what I'm getting. And of course, with the possum here, the key words for it are, you know, reaction, stress, and de-escalation. So obviously, again, this is knowing how to deal with confrontation, how to de-escalate a situation, how to manage and balance your personal stress, how it is that you react to things. You know, on the other hand, so this is a perfect reminder to not let situations get too out of hand. On the other hand, perhaps you need to examine how you react to certain things. In difficult circumstances, it's easy to just let your emotions take control and to react in a way that is not helpful. It is important to remember to use your head and act calmly. Exactly. Like, I feel like you guys need to work on that balance always. We also have here Lily, the angel of night. Literally, she represents the nighttime. She represents the dream. She's the stars. She's all of these aspects. So again, understanding that balance of day and night, masculine and feminine. Pay attention to your dreams and the synchronicities you feel there. Do not be afraid of the dark, because there is light in the darkness and there is darkness in the light. That's just how it works. That's how the balance of things is meant to be. Again, just because something is dark doesn't inherently mean it's evil. It's all in how you work the energy. So we also have here artificial heart. We have Parasite here. I don't know if anybody here has watched the anime Parasite, but that's a pretty wild series. So clearly, it feels like a little bit of a contradiction. Artificial heart and then Parasite. I feel like sometimes you guys, maybe for some of you, it's like, you know, we're talking about emotions and like managing your emotions. Sometimes you feel like you don't feel. But I don't feel like that's necessarily the case. I feel like maybe sometimes you think your emotions are kind of like a parasite, so you try to remove them in some aspect. You know, if I don't feel the warmth of the sun, will I blame the sun or myself? Exactly. Yeah, it's understanding that, you know, building oneself to specifications, steeling yourself to adversity, dreaming of electric sheep. I love it. It literally, you know, this poses the question. It's like, I don't know if you've ever read the book Dreaming of Electric Sheep. Definitely read that. I'm sure a lot of people are probably familiar what people took the book and made with it. Blade Runner. Blade Runner is based off Dreaming of Electric Sheep. That novel. So you guys might find something significant in that book that might speak to you. Because again, it's all about humanity. What makes somebody human? So maybe that's what your question, that's what you're reflecting on, is like, maybe you're a particular, and then I was bringing up Parasite. Holy shit. And that's literally what the anime Parasite has everything to do about, is like, what makes somebody human? What is the definition of human? Emotion, feeling, love, hate, you know, all of these things are brought up, you know, the care of the planet. It's like all of these things are brought up with that Parasite anime. And that's crazy because we literally have that card right here. So it's like, I feel like that's what you guys are kind of questioning. It's like, you know, maybe you don't feel like you're as self-sufficient as you should be. Maybe that's like what like you literally feel like yourself as a parasite, but you're not. Again, you can survive on your own, but it's like if you want company, you can find that too. It's all about balance. because literally the sentence here is, what can't survive alone will seek company, but instead of growing together, they will wither together. So for some of you, maybe this is a reflection of relationships, about like, what are you gaining from relationships? Are you guys growing together as strong individuals, or is one feeding off the other? And that kind of goes back into the artificial heart. It's like, are you pretending to have emotion, to have these feelings when you really don't feel them? And that can go for any situation, I feel like. So just as, I don't know, I feel like I'm giving you guys like a reading list here. It's like, read Parasite, watch Parasite, read Dreaming of Electric Sheep, and like, look at the deeper meaning of these things and what the messages are, because I feel like something there is going to really jump out to you. So we also have the long night moon with darkness, and we have the waxing gibbous with fear. So what is it that you're fearful of? That is coming up. This is what you're questioning. Are you maybe scared of not feeling something? Are you are you too scared to come out of your shell and to kind of embrace what is beyond you? With the long night moon, let's see, I think this is actually the long night moon occurs in December. So again, this is when you can really connect to that shadow aspect of yourself. You know, you're going within and you're questioning and you're finding what it is that you're fearful of. And again, doing your shadow work. And again, releasing what is no longer working for you, which is that Six of Swords. Once you do that, again, you embrace the aspect of the night in the shadow, you face those fears, you address these things, is when you're going to find that success for yourself and that balance. So yeah, we also have here, we got meditate and contemplate with the new moon in Pisces. We also have take time to breathe out. And we have emotions are running high with the super moon. Holy shit. Very strong, like watery energy here. So obviously, this question of the emotions is really coming up a lot with this particular pile. So it's like, you really need to take a time out to meditate and contemplate these questions for yourself about your emotions, about your humanity, and what it is you're working towards in this life. Like some big topics and some big questions here. Like even like, I feel like you are a group here where it's like, what is the meaning of life? And it's funny because it's like, this is card 11, this is card 2, but they're both that 11 imagery, because we're talking about like Roman numerals and stuff. Like that's, maybe some of you are literally a life path 11. I was getting a little bit of a sense that this is a pile here where we have some star seeds. So again, you don't really connect with humanity and it feels really foreign to you, feels kind of disgusting and you don't like it and you're kind of confused by it, but it's like, you're kind of here on this mission and you're kind of here to experience this. And so it's kind of realizing how you can really take advantage of it and finally just embracing it. Let's see what else we have. We have Faceless Ghosts. Wow. And the Haunted Girl. Ghost people. Okay, I'm so bringing up this card in the booklet because this is like Japanese mythology and folklore. So I don't know if some of you are particularly interested in Japan or the significance of this is maybe even more so for you. But yeah, ghost people. Again, that mirror, like things in the mirror looking back at you that you don't recognize. I don't know why that's coming through. Like, this is a really interesting group. Let's see what else we have. We have the 3 witchy sisters, the power of 3. And we have winged seer. You see clearly, clairvoyance. Yeah, like, so that's what it is. Like, you guys are totally a clairvoyant group. You have different clair abilities, and you may even be able to see spirits and ghosts. You have very strong, again, you are like high priestess energy. You have these powers, you have these abilities, and again, they could definitely be strengthened by joining with somebody else who is similar to you. I feel like is also important here. Again, we have that imagery of the 3 coming up quite a bit. We also have seduction with allure, desire, and manipulation. Interesting. So I don't know if there's something that you really desire or you feel like, oh, the next card is so funny because before I did this reading, I was looking outside and I saw one of these outside. I love these cards, these birds. They're just beautiful, especially in winter and fall. But we got Night Song here with hidden talents. Literally, like this is about you guys finding your hidden talents, and it definitely is strong psychic abilities. You have these hidden talents, and again, the cardinal might be a significant totem animal. When I think of cardinals, Partly I think of like Sleepy Hollow, and I has this association with me for some reason with like death and rebirth. I don't know why, don't question me, but like that thinning of the veil, like very magical in that aspect for me personally. So I don't know if that resonates for other people too, but I really want to look at that because I'm just curious about it. What deck is this from? Okay, so this is from the Shadows and Light deck, is the Faceless Ghosts and Haunted Girl. I'm really curious to see about this card because it's just really standing out to me. Let's see. So with this, yeah. So I'm going to really like dive into this card a little bit. So in this beautiful card, a lovely girl in the bare woods is being moved in on by two masked ghosts. They do not reveal their identity, but she can feel their presence strongly. She remains calm as she knows who they are. They are the no operable. I don't know if I said that right. I'm still learning how to pronounce everything. Ra. Ra. I don't know. The faceless ones, who have no features and who take on the form of others around them. They wear a variety of masks, and they regularly take up new causes or identity without being aware of their own need to grow and learn themselves. Because of this, they seek out energy from others who are bright, strong, and real. Now they are seeking hers, and it's likely they are seeking yours. But do not go into fear. They are sending her messages, but she knows that they are not what they seem and that there are many like them in the world. So again, this is about kind of like psychic vampires a little bit, manipulation maybe, in that way where it's like people trying to take advantage of your unique light. And this kind of goes back into that starseed idea, because that happens a lot to starseeds, where other people who are low vibing will try to take advantage of them and steal their energy a lot of times. So you may seem in need of help to people who actually have an agenda at the moment. People around you are acting like experts and supporting each other in the group mindset and wanting you to join them for your own good, despite your misgivings. They either do not have fully formed identities, or they are too easily taking on the beliefs and ideas of a powerful other. You may be asked to join with others in their beliefs and be alarmed at a mindset and belief system that seems very blank and faceless, like this artificial heart, devoid of human joy and warmth. It is wise for you to keep your own counsel, remain detached, and wait for the faceless ones to reveal themselves. They will change when even a more powerful person for them to attach to comes along. Know that until they find their own selves and commit to following that path, they will be as blank pages, written upon by whatever hand comes near them. Do not be like this. Make your own mark on the world. There could be imitation taking place, where your work and ideas and even your personality are being copied too closely. So yeah, actually, I know that this is in multiple different, and it's not just Japanese mythology, but I think it's also in Korean mythology and Chinese mythology. They all kind of share this similar creature. So that might be why I was having issues pronouncing that. Anyway, but point being, there's some shady people probably fucking around you. And I was getting a sense of maybe some of you, I don't want to necessarily say, or maybe involved in or have been involved in cult activities, or again, maybe some of you moving right there, maybe you're involved in a coven where it's you're not resonating with the people and their mission anymore. I get that. It's you have very strong abilities and powers that people are going to want to take advantage of. They want to manipulate. They are desiring it. They want it. And it's you need to make sure that you are guarding yourself appropriately. So yeah, thank you for listening to me butcher words here, but anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Please do remember, if you want to help support the channel in any way and you want to see exclusive and get to see videos first and foremost, definitely do check out my Patreon, because that is happening all over there. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. For those of you who picked pile 7 here with the mahogany obsidian, we're going to go ahead and jump into your messages and into your cards, and starting off with the tarot here. We got the moon here with Pisces. So obviously, this is all about the unseen, intuition, the dark aspects of the subconscious, what is hidden, what is coming to light only in the way the moon can. We also have the Two of Cups here, which is Cancer in Venus. So some of you might also have that. This is about, the Two of Cups is always about connection and love, falling in love, partnership, strong partnerships. We also have the Queen of Swords here, which would be that, in this deck, it would be describing, I believe, the watery aspect of air. We also have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. So there's definitely something here about family and connection with the Ten of Pentacles, inheritance, building strong, long foundation of wealth. Fate is definitely working here. I feel like there is, pay attention to your dreams and sleep. Here I'm getting a really strong idea and sense of like partnership, in the sense of like a soulmate, like soulmates finally finding each other, committing to each other. Stop being pessimistic and thinking that it's not out there for you, because it definitely is. You can survive and you can overcome any past situations because you are strong, like the Queen of Swords. You have that intellect, and this is going to be a long time foundation and success. Business, family, all of that is going to come together in divine timing for you guys. And as always with the moon, you know, embracing and understanding your shadow aspects is always important. Let's talk a little bit more about that moon, because I feel like there's another message there that I'm not 100% getting yet. That is going to be significant for you guys, or at least one of you who's watching right now. Let's see. So yes, this is, again, facing your shadows, illusion and phantasms, imagination, dreams, nightmares, the bizarre, glamour, the underworld, deep inner questioning leading to the rebirth of light, occult knowledge, seductive sorcery, addictions, ghosts, phantoms, macabre, cryptic, the realm of the dead. So these are all coming out here, and I feel like, oh, that's what I just got that really strong, like, the connection that's coming in next for you guys is somebody from a past life that you have unfinished business with, and they're coming back out, because I see that, and she's like the woman in white, or a banshee, I'm feeling like, as well, coming back out, and it's almost like the same person. Oh, wow. Like, the imagery is really speaking to me right here, so it's like coming back, being reborn, and finally finishing the tale that was started a very long time ago. Oh, wow. And you can do that. I feel like maybe I'm getting a strong sense of past life. What maybe happened is the person that you were in love with and that you were meant to be with was stolen away from you. They chose maybe somebody else, and that made you very, very bitter. Maybe even in this life, you could still be very bitter about love and connections. But it's time now. Fate is coming in to finally heal this pattern and give you what it is that you couldn't have in the past life. Some of you may even want to do like past life regression if you already haven't. So let's see what else we have. Ooh, we got the bat here. So again, don't be knocking on the bat. Bats are cute. I like bats. Sure, they can have issues, but I like bats. They're fun. They eat lots of mosquitoes. I feel like somebody needs to fucking lay off on the bats and not hate them so much. Anyway, with the bat here, bats, they say, oh, blind as a bat. Bats are not blind. They actually have perfectly fine eyesight, but they don't need to use their eyesight to see. They use, again, the sonar, their echolocation, to be able to see and to navigate in the night. And I feel like that is something that you guys have the ability to do. And again, I feel like it comes from a past life where it's like you can navigate and you can see things without needing to like actually see them. And it's so funny because the keyword, before I even saw the keywords, because this is a deck that I haven't used a ton here, especially on my channel, literally the keywords are senses, clairvoyance, nurturing, and fear. It goes back to this moon element for sure. And again, I feel like, yeah, you guys are a very clairvoyant group as well, again, and it's like you can see things in a way that other people can. This is something, that ability that has, I feel like, stuck with you for a very long time. The darkness. Sorry about that, guys. My phone, camera decided to cut out. Anyway, as I was saying, that I definitely feel like you guys are maybe like a group where you feel at home in the darkness. Like you can navigate it really well. So we also have here Israel, which is Angel of Song. So you guys might naturally be, yeah, I was getting the sense like if you're you could be clairaudient, especially, so you get a lot of messages and communication via sound, song lyrics, hearing like voices, things like that, that sort of thing. It really resonates with you, and I feel like there's a song in particular that really touches your heart. It's something connected. You might even be like particularly interested in a song that comes from a very specific time period. And I feel like whatever that time period of music is that you're just like so in love with, it really like hits you. It makes you feel melancholy and you don't know why. That was maybe a time period that you lived in a past life. Maybe the past life that is connected to the situation. It might even be, I feel like for some of you, a situation where you've dealt with this more than once. Like this person and you are very like connected like this, and not every single time that you are together in a life does it end up happy ever after, because it's like you two are very much like a catalyst for each other, and like each time you come together you're learning a very particular message. So for some of you it wasn't always a romantic situation. Sometimes you were reincarnated together as mother and father, or wait, what? I mean, like mother and son, or mother and daughter, or father and daughter, or like best friends, brothers and sisters. Maybe even sometimes you were incarnated as enemies, and all of these kind of things. And like each life, it's like you're learning. Like I feel like I get a sense of like really old souls here with this particular pile. So let's see what else we have. Anger and chains. Yeah, like you guys can get angry. Like I feel like that is definitely. And then we have I won't cry for you. Fuck, you are still like your soul is still angry, especially maybe about like that one. Again, it's not going to be for every single person. Like you've lived like a million different times with this person. For some of you, it was literally just like one past life or whatever. But yeah, like some of you are really, really holding anger about whatever this one past experience was with this person. That is just like this anger is still being there, and it's like you don't want to feel it and you don't want to address it because it's like fuck that person. But it's like you can't. You can't help it. It's like it's your Achilles heel in a lot of ways. Sometimes when it's over, closure must be created, not just found. So it's like, yeah, it's like you coming to a point here where it's like you can finally find that closure and you can keep moving forward. And I feel like you've done that. But it's like you kind of fucking hate fate because it just keeps kind of throwing you in this fucking situation that feels so familiar. And it's like a test to see, it's like, can you learn and can you finally like change it this time around? Force channeled outside, unreasonable, undirected, but powerful. Like I feel like maybe that's what you're angry at. You're angry at the chains of fate. I've got to break free. I want to be free. You want to be free from this wheel of fortune. You're very like Buddhist here, where it's like you want to break the wheel of reincarnation. You're fucking tired of it. But it's like there's something to it that you haven't seen yet because you haven't hit that echo. Oh, you feel the echoes of the past so hard. It's like you have maybe strong senses of deja vu. I'm just getting some very specific messages here. So we also have focus here. We have that butterfly with transformation. You have this clairvoyant ability. You can really focus and you can really channel. Like you got this. You might have a beautiful singing voice or something like that. Like that's very alluring. Like I feel like you have this confidence about you, but it's like there's also this bitterness. Let's see what else we have. We got full moon in Libra with a win-win outcome is forecast. This time around, a win-win forecast outcome is forecast for the situation. Also, whenever Libra comes up, it's always going to make me think of love situations because Libra has a lot to do with that because, again, Libra rules the 7th house, which has to do with partnerships. It's not the only one where that can come up, but it's like Libra is kind of like that lovey-dovey group. And I really went just now to my black opal right here. I don't know if some of you maybe want to work with black opal. I'm just getting that specific message. Wait a second. Oh my fucking God. No wonder my eye went. I was talking about Libra. I think Libra, because a lot of times Libras are in October. Wait, do I have that right? Yes. Because it's Libra and then Scorpio. So it's like October's birthstone is opal, if I remember right. That's weird. We also have you are good enough, full moon in Virgo. Yeah, you are good enough, and I feel like you guys know this. Or again, if you don't know this and you don't believe this, you will soon enough. You have the stuff. Again, you don't have to cry for them. You don't have to cry for the past. You can move on and you can overcome the anger and the chains. Let's see what else. Holy shit! Oh my god, this pile is fucking wild. It's like, this is so like crazy past life fucking adventures and like stuff that you would see in a fucking movie is what I'm getting here. Like, holy shit, because the next card we got here is Marie Masquerade, which is, we got Marie Antoinette fucking here. Glamour, intrigue, drama. Like, you guys, you kind of like the drama just a little bit, some of you do, but like, yeah, you might be really like attached to Marie Antoinette. Maybe that's a specific time period for you. France, the Revolution. It's like the Revolution, History of the World Part 1. It's good to be the king. Anyway, like, I feel like period pieces, like, you love periods. Some of you are like obsessed with Jane Austen and that period of time. It's like, wow. And look, we got love conquers all, enduring loyalty, eternal love, lasting commitment. Like, fuck, that's how it is with you and this person. No matter what, it's like love will always conquer all. It will be that way with you. And I know this is a specific time period here as well with her clothing. I just can't remember what it is. Then we also have blind spot. See, this person is your blind spot. This situation is your blind spot. Like, eternal love, you have this in, but it's like you want to fight against it. You don't want to give into it this time, but it's like you can't help but kind of fall back into it every single time. A Black Panther might be a significant symbol for you. Like, this is enduring. It is like that lasting commitment. It's there. You have that loyalty. That other person does have that loyalty. It may not always play out, mattering on what role you're kind of born into in the next incarnation, but it's like the souls, yes, they're enduring. You're always there for each other, even though consciously when you reincarnate, wherever you reincarnate, it's like the playing field might be different. The rules might be different, and there might be that amnesia and you can't remember, but it's like, it's there. You just know. It's like, it's so strong. Wow, this is such a cool pile. Like, I really want to know. Like, damn, dude. Like, this is some shit. Please comment. Like, for you guys who picked this pile, like, please comment if this resonates. Like, this is a very specific message, but it's like, I want to know, because you guys got some stories in you. Even if you don't remember them all yet, like, again, work on that past life regression stuff, because you got them in you. And again, maybe that's another thing. It's like, inherently through whatever you create, like if you have a creative hobby, if you're a writer, if you're an artist, if you're a singer, if you're a musician, it's like inherently, oh, that song, what is her name? Oh my god, what is the song? There's a song that I love. It is by, what is it? Is it Black? God damn it, what is it? It's called, oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. I literally have to pause the video for a second because I had to look up the song and tell you guys. So I looked up the song. It's called Until Eternity by Black, I'm not sure how exactly you pronounce it, Black Brer? I don't know if I'm pronouncing the band name correctly, but it's called Until Eternity. Go listen and watch that video. Again, it might not be the music taste to most people, but if you go up and read the lyrics, I feel like that is something that would strongly resonate with you. But again, the point is, like, whatever it is that you create, because I feel like you guys kind of do have like something creative that you innately like to do. It's like, even for some of you, it could be fashion design, or again, it's like reading about history. It's like whatever it is that you're like really passionate about, inherently through that process, through that thing, you're kind of, there's memories there that are coming out when you create. It's like, and you don't really know where it comes from, this inspiration, but it's coming literally from your past lives. It's there. Go back and read those things. Go back and read your dream journals. Like, this stuff is coming up and you're just not like physically aware of it or something is what I'm getting. But anyway, wow, like this is such a cool pile. Like, I really, really like this pile. So please, please do comment if you did pick this pile and if this resonates. I'm really curious to know like what you guys have experienced. Again, feel free to hit me up on any of my social medias if you want to talk. And of course, if you'd like to help support this channel, definitely do check out my Patreon, Amazon wishlist, all that. Definitely my Patreon. There's going to be exclusive readings over there, as well as you know, first look, first dibs at fucking readings like this. Sorry, I just cussing comes out sometimes. Anyway, that kind of thing happens. Whatever. Point being, it's all over there on Patreon. So if you guys are interested in it and you're interested in my uncensored self and uncensored art, it's over there as well. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. For those of you who picked the Black Obsidian here, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this reading with the 8th and final pile. These have been some crazy readings, guys, so I'm really curious to see what yours is. So jumping off with your tarot, we have the 3 of Skulls, which is like the 3 of Pentacles, and this is Capricorn in Aries. Or, no, excuse me, Capricorn in Mars. Duh. So, obviously, you know, working at something, working at your craft. I feel like, you know, she's working on a spinning wheel, which just made me think of Sleeping Beauty. Do not be taken advantage of, is what I'm getting. You know, I don't know if you guys are, everybody's familiar with the Disney fucking version of things, but it's like, if you read the actual story, it's really fucked up. I feel like your body or your image, like, I feel like there's something very alluring about you that people want to try to tangle you up or take advantage of you physically. And you need to guard yourself against that. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, we have the Daughter of Knives here, which is like the Page of Swords. So communication, knowledge, learning more, working at your craft. And again, you know, do not let anybody fucking tell you just because of the way you dress or something. It's like, oh, that gives them reason to do whatever the fuck they want. I just saw 111, so that might be significant to some people. Like, I'm getting that sense. It's like you have this confidence, you know what you want to go after. And again, maybe it's something like you guys some of you who picked this pile, your style is very alternative, but it's like what you are passionate about, what you want to do is something that's more like traditional, like look a certain way, kind of conservative shit. And it's like, you're not about that. You're passionate about the subject or the stuff, but it's like you don't like the censoring of your individual style and people using that as an excuse to treat you a certain way. It's like, no, you can just not be a shitty fucking human being and treat me correctly, regardless of how I look. Like, I feel like you kind of get this image and this thing where, like, people judge you. They're judging a book by its cover, but they don't even understand the fucking cover. Like, that's just what I'm getting here. So, we got the 8 of Cups here, and we have the Hierophant. Fucking there we go. Yeah, traditional institutions, traditional values, traditional things. This is also going to reference marriage, higher teaching, higher learning, guidance, higher spiritual pursuits, religion, all of that kind of thing. Like, you are an alternative person, and it's like you're wanting to move away and you're wanting to reinvent the traditional bullshit, and some people around you are like, fuck no, don't you do that, like fucking I'm just gonna say, like, the fucking boomers are coming for you. It's like, fuck off. Like, you need to do you, and you can do you, boo. And like, you have the shit, like, you have the knowledge and you have the skill to fucking back it up. You may be still working out, you may still be a student, but you have the shit, you have the gonads. But nobody takes you fucking seriously because they're stuck in their own fucking limited viewpoint and fucking opinion about the world. Again, they need to fucking upgrade and fucking open their fucking mind to other opinions and other things and other styles and other, you know, everything. It's like, fucking, ugh. Alright, anyway, sorry. Moving along here. We got the Scallop for you guys. So, I feel like you're kind of like a hidden gem. Like, I don't know, that's just what came to mind. It's like you guys have this unique beauty about you. It's like each one of you who are watching this are your own unique, beautiful selves. Yeah, like literally this is talking about goddess, travel, femininity, the vessel. Like, yeah, like you have these totally, regardless of your gender or anything, you have these totally goddess vibes. You are like the Venus on the scallop shell, like fucking, why am I brain farting right now? I'm an art student. I feel stupid. I literally saw his actual fucking artwork. Why am I forgetting his fucking name right now? It starts with a B. Oh my god. Okay. Once again, I have to pause the video because I'm gonna feel so fucking stupid if I can't remember the fucking name, and I always know the name, and I fucking so stupid. Yeah, I'm talking about the Birth of Venus painting, which is by Botticelli, who I've totally seen a lot of his work. But it's like, yes, it's like those beautiful goddess vibes and those curves, and it's like it's all there, that femininity. It's like you have it all. I definitely feel like, oh, in fact, let's talk about this card a little bit more. The scallop has many associations across multiple religions. Hey, it's affiliated with the Roman goddess Venus and the Hindu goddess Lakish. I always mess this up. Lakishmi, making it a symbol of femininity and as a vessel. In Christianity, it's associated the Apostle St. James and was a popular icon among pilgrims journeying to his shrine in the Spanish city of Santiago de Compostela. This gives the scallop its association with travel. An interesting thing to note is the ridges along the shell, which converge together to one focal point at the base. To Christians, this is symbolic of the many pilgrimages journeying to a holy site, while in Celtic society, it resembles the sun's ray during a sunset. So again, there's a lot of interesting religious-related connotations with this symbol. And again, I feel like also talking about vessel, it's my personal idea, and again, people are going to fucking disagree with me here, probably, but the Holy Grail, and again, when we talk about a grail, especially when you're talking about, you start delving into witchcraft and spirituality, the grail is often represents feminine. It represents woman, because it is the vessel. The woman is a vessel. The Holy Grail was a woman, not an actual fucking object. Don't take it so literally. I think that's what I believe, because it just makes sense, because again, that imagery, it is the grail. And again, we have that imagery here with the cups, and we have the snake, which is phallic. It is masculine in nature. So we have that aspect coming up here for you guys. But yeah, interesting. This is a really interesting pile too. So next up, we got the Angel of Truth with Phanuel. So yeah, it's like you know the truth. You are the truth. Other people can't handle the truth. We also have Netza with the right leg with endurance. Like, you can endure the heat. Don't let these fuckers, tear you down or whatnot. Like, whatever the situation is, it might not be something that I've already said, but it could be something I've already said. Point is, endure. Because you can, and you will succeed, and you will come out and holy fucking shit, I can't fucking, Oh, I feel like also a lot of you who pick this particular pile, you don't mind the cussing. I know some people can be butthurt over that, but I feel like you guys kind of don't give a fuck about that. I feel like you guys like tattoos, you like, again, you're just like, you could be punk, you could be goth, you could be like any kind of number of things. You're just very alternative. Maybe you're like Harajuku, You just like different style, and you like to be out there with it. You love your body, and you like to dress up. You like to show off your style, and you're unique, and you have a unique perspective in mind, and you have talent. But again, people just look at you and they just expect a certain thing. And it's crazy, because literally the card that we have here is the temple of my body. Again, respecting the body. Other people needing to respect your body, and you also, for some of you, just having more respect for your body. Don't give in to certain temptations that are damaging to your body, because again, this is talking about, I feel I'm not worthy enough. And I feel like that's something you guys have dealt with a lot, is like, when you do express and you show your authentic self, it's like how other people treat you makes you feel like you're not worthy, because again, you're not the norm. And you there, especially when you were younger, it's like maybe you wanted to fit in, but it's like, you will find your crowd. You will find your tribe. It will come to you for sure. My body is the temple of my soul. It has no secrets to me. So I'm going to read this one. So going dark with it, with this card. So this card is about the darkness of the body. Culture can make us take distance from what is our corporeality. So many religions and customs, for instance, demonize sex in many different ways. Exactly. So some of you could be very sexual, very open about your sexuality. Hey girl, hey boy, I fucking adore it. I'm all about that shit. Definitely come look at me on my fucking Instagram and look at some of the artwork I've been posting recently. Fuck it. Embrace it. Again, we need to have healthy idea and healthy, acceptance of fucking sex and sexuality, and stop demonizing it because of things that were fucking brought forth, from these stuffy motherfuckers and stupid religious ideas that got warped and fucking taken advantage of to try to demonize and put people in certain groups down into dark places. Okay? Like, fucking stop it. again, I'm just gonna fucking say it. Jesus hung out with thieves and whores. Okay? Like, do I need to fucking write it in fucking bold red letters? Fucking, oh, whatever. Anyway, demonize sex in many different ways. Lacing it with guilt, as an assassin could lace food with poison. On the other side, we are collaborators in cheapening our body, hiding it, being shamed by it, selling it, giving it away for nothing. It happens when we accept an abusive relationship, when we refuse to respect the body of another. Or more simply, when we do things like being too lazy to eat healthily. Our body is a temple. It cannot be defiled. We can take a shower, raise our chin, feel proud. It is our bodies, ours. Exactly. Like, I feel like that is a big message here. So however that resonates for you, in whatever uncomfortable way it may resonate for you. Again, if like somebody's been abusing your body, or again, you've abused somebody else, or again, you're not treating your body healthy. It's like, whatever it is, it's like, again, this is your temple. It should not be shamed. You should not feel guilt for fucking expressing it. And again, if you want to go and be a sexually liberated person and go, basically fuck whoever you want, do you, boo. But again, understand and make sure that you are doing it for the right reason, because again, you're validating yourself and you know your own worth, and you're choosing partners who are going to be worthy of what it is you're giving them. Okay? That's my only word on that. So anyway, let's move along here. We got the supermoon with attraction. See? Card 44. Like, you guys, like, you have the ability to manifest like fucking nobody's business. And a part of it is like, I feel like you guys got a very fucking lit, or again, if you don't, you need to work on it. Sacral chakra, which is creativity, it's sexuality, it's spirituality. It's like, yeah, you work on all your chakras, but I especially feel like that. It's like you can attract things to you. You are attractive to other people. They come at you. And again, some of them come at you with hate because they don't like what you present, because you make them feel uncomfortable, because they don't know, they don't understand you, or, it's a assault on their senses, because they don't know how to handle it, because they're not as comfortable, or they don't have that knowledge, and they're too closed off, and they're too boxed in to even open up to learn more about it and be accepting. That's what I'm getting here. Ugh. Anyway, so your dreams need a practical plan, though. Full moon in Taurus. Like, I feel like you guys, you got ideas, you have power, but it's like, again, other people might be trying to shit on your parade. And part of it is like, maybe you have some big dreams, some big aspirations, and you say, hey, I want to do this thing, and I'm about this. And other people are like, oh, how are you going to achieve that? What's your plan? This is just good advice for fucking you, because if you don't have a plan, maybe you should get a fucking plan, because not only when those motherfuckers try to tear you down, you're going to be like, hey, here's X, Y, and fucking Z. I know how to fucking do my shit. Like, I'm getting so fucking sassy with this pile, but I fucking love it, because I just like the energy of this pile, and I hate whoever is fucking trying to mess up your day. Like, they are annoying me beyond belief, because I hate that kind of shit. Anyway, moving right along. We got carnivorous flower fairy. I fucking love this group. It's just like, damn. It's like the goddess vibes that I'm getting here is like, people think, and again, this could be anything that has to do with looks. Maybe for some of you, it's like you look younger than you are, so people underestimate you, because they think maybe you're this delicate, beautiful flower, but then they don't realize the fucking flower has fangs and likes to fucking eat the rude. All right. That's just what I'm getting here. But this says, a tempting offer has a high price. So be aware of that. Again, know your worth and get all the fucking details. Make sure you're not signing a contract that you're not 100% for, because other people might want to take advantage of what it is that you have to offer, because you have some great things about you. And people might want to try to do that. So again, this is about, being your beautiful, fabulous fucking self and your talented self, but making sure that you have those fangs to protect you, like the Venus flytrap. Holy shit, we were talking about Venus. So for some of you who picked this pile, you might really be connecting to Venus as a goddess patron, as well as, obviously the other name for Venus is Aphrodite, if you're talking about Greek They're very similar. Anyway, so it's like, again, that might be a goddess that you might want to call on and to have help and protect you. I feel like we also got, look at that, creator, catalyst, maker, mother, father. Ooh, some of you, I feel like maybe have had some harsh judgments from maybe mother or father figures in your life. But I feel like, you know, all of this, every fucking shitty person who's tried to dump on your parade or try to make fun of you for what you like or what you do is all a catalyst to make you a better maker, to make you a badass motherfucker. Okay? Like, that's just what I'm getting here. Like, you have the ability, and every one of those people, it's just like, yeah, you keep talking your bullshit, but watch me be the fucking maker and be the creator here and fucking attract whatever the fuck I want, because that is my gift, and you people can fuck off. Okay, that's just what I keep getting at. And then lastly, we got the dawn, the light after the darkness. Yeah. Like, I feel like you guys, your dawn is here. Like, the darkness that you've experienced or you felt, I feel like maybe you're a group who've really done your shadow work very well. You've healed some major things that you've gone through. You know your truth. You speak your truth. You show yourself for who you are. And the light has come. And the wisdom has come. Athena might be another one that comes out here. I actually think the, also with Lakshmi, who was mentioned before, she also is associated with barn owls. So again, she might be another one for you guys to look into. But yeah, again, I feel like this light, this dawn is here. You know, you're getting that practical plan, and it's all coming together at some point here. So, wow. This was a heated fucking pile. Like, dude, like, the energy I was getting off this was like, yeah, we take no bullshit here. Okay? Like, yeah. I don't know, I just like this pile. So anyway, if this resonated, please do feel free to comment, because this was a crazy pile. Do feel free to check out all my various other social medias, as well as help to support the channel via Patreon or Amazon wishlist. And of course, there's information about private readings down below. So thank you all so much for watching. Keep being your fabulous self, and I will see you in the next one.